Week number 6 in the NFL season comes to a close tonight when two teams in the proverbial must-win situation, the Jets, back home after that horrific 0-3 road trip, entertain the Miami Dolphins, coming off a bye after an 0-4 start. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Monday video report. I've got my in-depth analysis on this game, my free pick, and a money-saving discount coupon code as well. Good for Monday coming up in just a moment. But before we go forward to Monday's action, let's take a step backward to Sunday's play and see where it leads us to. First of all, favorites 6-4-2 against the spread yesterday. But there's still two games under 500 for the season. And home teams yesterday went 6-4-2 versus the odds makers, meaning they're break even on the season. Why are those numbers significant? Because the gambling public obviously always leans towards the favorites and the home favorites. They also love the public favorites as well. Teams like the Packers, the Steelers, the Patriots. Well, they went 1-2 yesterday with only Green Bay coming up the cover. Now, if you had that magical crystal ball that you could simply get the straight-up winners for every single game and then go ahead and bet them, well, you went 7-3-2 yesterday, and that was the worst Sunday of the season, 7-3-2. On the year, 50 games over 500, 67-17-5 against the spread. No big surprise, because the past 2 years, preseason, regular season, right through the Super Bowl, those straight-up winners have covered at an 85% clip. Now tonight, you have the Jets, a solid 7-point favorite, and with a total of 42.5 points in this contest. I'll break down the game in a minute, but first, congratulations going out to Chris Jordan yesterday, hitting his first ever 2,500 star NFL release. He called it his double-digit blowout of the year, and that's exactly what it was. Green Bay getting the job done with a 24-3 over St. Louis. Also, kudos going out to Craig Davis yesterday, NFL winner number 109 winner, NFL 109 winner number 12 out of 14, the Buffalo Bills. And Craig wisely instructed anyone that got that play to buy up the half point to 3.5 on Buffalo to guard against being saddled with a push should New York only win by 3. And, of course, the Giants won it by a field goal. You know, you had two games yesterday that were right there where, as you know, I'm a firm believer in buying the half point on lines that cross 3, 4, 7, sometimes even 10. That decision, guys, I've said this a zillion times, and it holds true, even though it lost me a little money, an extra 10 cents a dollar yesterday on my loser with the Lions, still, buying that half point, either up or down, depending on the situation, has won me more money and saved me more money than anything else I've done in 25 years in the business. Yesterday, anybody betting Oakland, Cleveland, you needed that half point. Even more so, the Giants game with Buffalo, okay, there you had to pay an extra 20 cents on the dollar since you were buying up or down off of 3. But still, wasn't it worth it to walk away with the win instead of the kissing your sister for the tie in those games? Guys, that's the bottom line with buying insurance. Chris Jordan, by the way, tonight, looking for NFL Monday Night winner number 5 in a row. Yes, he has won 4 straight Monday Nighters. Tonight, it's going to be his 4th straight Monday Night teaser winner, and this one's a biggie. It's a 600-star release. The previous 3 teaser winners were all 200-star plays. This one is 3 times stronger, so you might want to check out Chris Jordan tonight. Meanwhile, Craig Davis, 49 play on tonight's card as well. As for me, guys, I just alluded to it earlier. I lost the 15-dimer on the Detroit Lions. Thought I knew what was going on with Detroit after cashing in last Monday with them as my biggest play of my career. Obviously, they did not deliver yesterday. If I'm Jim Schwartz, I would be less concerned with Harbaugh's way he shook my hand at the end of the game, and more concerned with the way my team really failed to stop the run once again and couldn't get anything going offensively against the 49ers defense. But listen, guys, even though I lost that game, man, in fact, I went 0-2 yesterday. You know, I don't hide anything from you. I went 0-2, lost that teaser as well, Baltimore and New Orleans, and of course I was in Tampa watching New Orleans, so that made it doubly worse as far as I'm concerned. But the fact is, you know, my record still, over the past 115 days. That's a little under 4 months. 95 and 68 overall. And the one thing in this business, you cannot be scared coming off a loser. You cannot let it affect how you play the next game. It's why I always say, I don't celebrate the wins. I don't lament the losses. It's over and done with, and off we go, because otherwise you lose focus and you miss another money-making opportunity. I think tonight's game with the Jets and the Dolphins is a money-making opportunity. It's why it's a 15-dime release for me. 15-dime or higher plays in Monday night action, guys, over the past 4 years, I've won 15 out of 20. And these 15-dime plays overall in the NFL still, despite yesterday's loser, 42 and 27 the past 4 years. That's why it's my Monday Night Line or Lock of the Year, because, guys, I'm going to break down the game for you. But I got to be honest with you. I think this game is one way or another. There's no in between. This is either going to be a double-digit blowout win for the Jets or Miami, which is covered in each of its last 3 visits to the Jets. Miami, which is 4-1 straight up and against the spread in the last 5 meetings in this series overall, is going to make a game of this, and it's going to be a 3 or 4 point game, one side or the other winning, and Dolphins obviously getting the cover. No in between. Blowout or right there going down to perhaps a field goal, deciding it one way or another. Now, as I mentioned, the Jets, of course, coming. Oh, by the way, let me just give you the money-saving discount coupon code before we go any further. If you don't want the analysis, that's your problem. But anyway, the money-saving discount coupon code is October 17. October 17. October 17. Put it together, no space between the word and the number. Save you $17 off of any single purchase today. October 17. Now, as I mentioned, the Jets are coming back home. Upset at Oakland, humiliated at Baltimore, tough loss at New England. Miami, meanwhile, 0-4 start, coming off the bye. New quarterback, Matt Moore, formerly of the Panthers, with Carolina the last couple of years, 7-6 as a starter, 9-4 against the spread. Moore, though, may have some problems tonight, facing a Jets secondary, which is damn tough. New York, number 5 in the league in pass defense, led by what I think is the best cornerback tandem in the league, with Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie. So Brandon Marshall, should you decide not to get ejected in the second quarter of this game, what goes with that, right? I mean, you may have a hard time anyway. And the Jets have a great pass rush. Now, okay, let me back off. Not a great pass rush, but a solid pass rush. Hell, they got Tom Brady 4 times last week, 13 sacks in 5 games against the Miami offensive line that had allowed 14 sacks in his first 4 games. Moore, however, is a little bit more nimble in the backfield than Chad Henne was. And to be honest with you, I like Matt Moore a little more as a quarterback than Chad Henne. Chad Henne may be from Michigan, just like Tom Brady. They may share the same alma mater, but they don't share the same pedigree as an NFL quarterback. I think the key for Miami here tonight, obviously, is their ability to get the ground game going. And it's been somewhat productive this year, thanks to the rookie Daniel Thomas, because Reggie Bush has certainly been a bust. But this Jets rushing defense last year ranked 3rd in the league. This year, coming into this game, ranked 27th in the league, giving up 135 yards per game on the ground. Gave up even more than that to New England last week, 152 yards. And speaking of running the ball, well, has anybody seen the Jets do that efficiently this year? I mean, you can't have a ground and pound style of attack like Rex Ryan preaches when Sean Green, who's been a total bust, and LT have combined average 3.3 yards per carry for a ground game that is averaging just 76 yards a game. That makes it even harder for Mark Sanchez to be successful. And yet Sanchez has something going for him tonight. This Miami defensive line, the defense in a whole, only has 6 quarterback sacks in 4 games this season. Of course, Sanchez has been under fire by his own teammates. Santonio Holmes saying part of the problem with the Jets is they don't go downfield enough. Oh, geez, a wide receiver says your quarterback doesn't go downfield enough, or not enough plays are being called for him. What a surprise. Difference between Santonio Holmes' comments and those former Jets wide receiver Derek Mason is Santonio Holmes has the big contract. That's why they exiled Derek Mason to Houston last week after he was critical of the offense. And let's face it, Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, a genius last year, not such of a genius this year as the Jets struggle to move the ball. Now, all the numbers point to Miami in this game, if you're simply into technical trends analysis, as the Dolphins, who can't win anywhere at home under Tony Sopranos. Oh, I got to laugh at that. Tony Sparanos. Oh my, Tony Sparano's tenure. They have covered 18 of their last 25 on the road. While Sparano has been head coach, they're 5-2 ATS off a bye. Meanwhile, they have won and covered 4 of the last 5 in the series, as I alluded to earlier. And in terms of Monday night performers, well, you know, going back to 1993, so you have a big sample here. Okay, 18 years worth of sampling. Favorites of 7 points or more, such as the Jets, are only 6 games over 500. Home favorites in that period are just 2 games over 500. So I think, though, the way to go here for the free pick, because I already told you this is either a blowout or it's a tight game decided by 3 or 4 points, maybe a field goal, one direction or another. In terms of the total, I think the odds makers are begging you to take the under here, because you see 2 teams struggling offensively, and you see that 42.5 point number. I say this game goes over, though. I think it goes over. I project 45 points to be scored. Jets have gone over in 22 of their last 29, including 4 out of 5 this year. Yes, the Dolphins have stayed under in 3 straight games, struggling to put points on the board. But that was with Chad Henne as quarterback. Coming off the bye, I think they're more productive offensively with Matt Moore tonight. So I'm going with the over as your free play. Remember, October 17 is that money-saving discount coupon code. And I don't know, maybe the Jets, maybe the Dolphins need Tony Soprano to coach them, because Tony Sparano ain't going to be their coach too much longer. Good luck, guys, and I'll catch you again on Tuesday morning.